Alright guys, today we're going to take a look at the Flytec T13. It's a real beauty. Yeah, it looks real good. I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to give him credit for it anyway. I think this was sent to me by TomTop. I'm not 100% positive because they never contacted me, they never emailed me. But this package showed up in my mailbox yesterday. And it had it came from them. So I'm just going to assume that they sent it. Even if they didn't, they're going to get credit for it. Okay, so I'm going to give them the credit for sending it. Because I didn't order it, I didn't buy it. But yeah, let's just take a look at this. Looks pretty cool. It's one of these little foldable deals. Here's the battery. It's a 3.7520. It's got a SD card slot in the back, and this is the Wi-Fi version, so I'm sure that SD card slot is fake. Okay, and the camera's in the front. That's a 720p supposedly, and it's got one set of inverted props and the other is just the regular props on the top. Looks pretty cool. And then the other stuff that's in here, this is one of them phone flyers. But it's one of them little selfie drones. Then in here you got the spare props, you know, the usual suspects. The charger. And the instruction manual. And it has a little thing on here about the gyro calibration, which on the app, you just hit this little button on the right side of the app to bring up that menu, and then you hit that to do that, and the lights will flash. And then there's a warning about the charger, only use this supplied cable. And then the QR codes for the app, you know. So that's not complicated. But I watched PD Tech's video on this thing. Okay. Now I have the one without the controller. But I watched his video and I noticed that he had a controller. And I recognized that controller. I said, you know what? I have one of those controllers. The one that I have, which is right here, is from the Hellaway Hero. And sure enough, it binds right up to it, no problem. And I was flying it this morning, and I made the video that's going to be connected to this video. That's the flight video you're going to see after, you know, I show you this little stuff. So that's the flight video that's coming up. Now let me show you the app real quick. Now you can use the QR code, or you can just go into the App Store and type in Flytec, and that's the first thing that'll come up, is this app right here. It gives you instructions here if you want to go that route and read the instructions. They're pretty straightforward. It's just like the rest of these you know, phone flyers, but it does have the nice little gyro option. You would click on the gyro and then you would, you know, you could steer the quadcopter like that. Which when they first came out with those, I really didn't like that, but it's kind of grown on me as for flying these phone quads. It seems to be a lot easier because these thumbsticks, I really am not too hip on them. But anyway, here's the takeoff and land button, and then there's the flips, and you know, to record the video, and then here's the rate up here. It sets at 30%, goes to 60 and 100, and then back to 30. So it has the 3 speeds. Now you hit the little gear button up here, and that's how you would calibrate the compass. right here, or the gyro. You would hit this up here and then hit that little scale to balance it out, you know. So that's how that works too. And then it has the on and off of the sticks right here. So it's not that difficult. Take off, land, flips, picture, video, the rate button, the gyroscope, and then over here, and then they have the trace mode here where you can do that and trace this on the screen and it'll fly around on the screen. So, you know, whatever you traced on the screen, that's where the quadcopter will go. I've only ever actually tried that one time with one quad, a SEMA I had, and it went all over the place. So I've never actually used that option. I just fly it, you know. I never got into doing that. So, but that's how that would work. But like I said, I don't have to do that because I've got this. Now I don't know how much battery's left in here because I already did that test flight. But you would put the battery in there like that. And then the power button's over here. And then I would turn on this transmitter. It binds right up to it. So it was no biggie at all. I recognized that controller as soon as I saw PD Tech flying this thing. I said, oh, I have one of those. Sure enough, it's the same one. It won't let you arm the motors, but if I hit the takeoff button on here, it'll take off, trust me, because I already flew it for 7 minutes or 6 minutes and something, so works like a champ. And this thing flies really nice too, so I was real happy with it. So stay tuned, and that part of the video, the flight video, will be coming up here in a second. All right, guys, thanks. All right, guys, we're out here with the Flytec T13. Now, this is, it's like 5 minutes after the Hubsan went up in that tree, which their lights are still on, so, oh well. It is what it is, man. Everybody loses these quads after a while. Let's record some video here. Now this is the controller for the Helicute Hero. Okay, I got this. It did not have a controller with it. But I looked at PD Tech's video and I saw the controller and I said, man, I recognize that controller. There's the yaw on that thing. I said, I recognize that controller, and sure enough, there's bugs galore out here. I need to bring this thing over here to chop these bugs up. I said, I recognize that controller, so I went and dug out the Helicute out of the mothballs. And sure enough, man, controller works. Works like a champ. Look at that. Oh, this is so much better with the damn controller. We could thank TomTop for sending me the one without the controller. But I made a move. Let's see how it flies. Look at that. Let me make sure the video is still recording. You know, this is one of these deals, because I've had quads like this. Once you start messing around with the controller, don't go in there and start farting around with the app, because it'll switch the control to the app. And then you'll be like, what the shit, right? Okay, it flips in all directions, which is cool. Oh yeah, that thing flies smooth, man. Smooth. Oh yeah, this is a nice flyer here. I got it in a low rate. It turns pretty fast. It's a little twitchy on the turning, but yeah, other than that, man. take it up a little bit, see what that does. Hopefully it won't fly away like it did on PD Tech, so I'm not gonna... This is basically a little indoor quad, to be honest with you. That's basically what it is, you know. Put the other rate on, get up there. It's a little windier, but there's not any wind of significance. Yeah, I think the range on this is good enough. I mean, how far are you going to fly something like this away, right? It's a, you know, basically an indoor selfie drone. So man, it flies smooth. It's quiet as hell too, man. Quiet as can be. I'm liking this. It's drifting around a little bit, but you know, what are you gonna do? They all do that. I don't want to trim it because of, you know, I don't even know if these trim buttons would even work. Doesn't seem to be doing anything. Oh yeah, actually it did. So they do work. Yeah, I recommend this thing, guys. This flies nice, man. Like I said, the turning is kind of, it turns too fast. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So you're trying to make a loop around the field and it wants to do it like a donut. So that's the only downside I see in it. So, which is no big deal, to be honest with you. You just got to practice, I guess. See, when you try to turn, you got to go real easy, or it's going to want to do a 360. Yeah, the turning is something you got to get used to with this thing. It's very, very twitchy. I'm just trying to burn out the battery, guys. You can hardly hear this thing. That's how quiet it is. Okay, I'm going to cut the video because I don't want to lose the video. Oh, it's landing. Okay. So I cut the video. It was at 6 minutes and 37 seconds was the video time. So that was probably pretty close to the flight time on it. 6 minutes and 30 something seconds. So yeah, flew great, man. Flew great. I recommend it. I don't think they cost that much. Like I said, I think TomTop sent it to me. But I think they're in the $20 or $22, $25 range. It's worth it, you know. Pretty nice. To get the battery out. Now, I guess they have an SD card model also, because there's an SD card slot, but I didn't want to put one in there and risk it, because I thought it might disappear in there and never get it out. Like some of them quads, they have that SD card slot that doesn't exist. And here's the on and off switch here. You have this SD card slot that doesn't exist, and you put the SD card in there and it falls down into the chassis, and then you're lucky if you can shake it and jiggle it back out of there. Okay, it's a 3.7 520. So, you know, you got your 6 minutes and change out of it. So, yeah, it was good. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm real happy with it. I didn't have to pay for it. Okay, so. All right, guys, there you go. Have a nice day.